And welcome back to another episode of Sideline Warnings. I am your host today, Matty V. Alongside me, Falafel Mui, and always, JT. We have another wonderful guest, and this one's real close to home. It is my sister, Therese Viñal. Let's give it up for Therese.
You reverse my names, but that's fine. I'd like to keep my maiden name as the preferable name anyway. So.
Yeah, that's your screen name, right?
I mean, that's my professional name. He was not worthy enough
your stage
to take over my I was like, look, no one in San Francisco knows who you are, so I'm gonna keep my name. Thanks so much.
This is gonna be fun.
This is gonna be a good one.
Here we go.
So, Therese, welcome to the podcast. I know you're in broadcasting as well. You get it. You've also been an inspiration a little bit and teaching me how to handle being a host and all this.
Oh God.
But I know. So if you don't like anything
I'm sorry,
I do,
everybody.
Her fault.
No.
So we form every episode based like a football practice.
Okay.
And I know you're big on sports. You've done a bunch of research, so you understand.
Daycare after school was football practice.
Was football. We come from the same father. Shout out Bob Viñal, who still refuses to be on our show. For all of our scout teamers, please comment below if you want to see Bob Viñal on our podcast.
Ooh.
With some of his food, the French toastery, his barbecue.
You could just do like a whole food episode.
We could do a huge food episode.
And then you sell it to the Food Network.
So if you guys are interested in seeing Bob Viñal on this podcast, please comment, like, and share below. We're going to try and we're going to peer pressure Bob into being on here.
Hey, you know what I love about Bobby V? I follow him on Instagram, and all of it's just everything. He's barbecued.
It's just barbecue.
It's just barbecue pictures.
Doesn't add any explanation.
Nope.
It's just what he did.
Do you know what I get? I get the picture beforehand, and he's like, "How should I angle this? How should I angle this meat for the Instagram?" I was like, "Dad, it's called the gram." And
we need Bob.
You need a little more light.
We need Bob in our lives.
Dude, we do.
All right, he'd be great for the cast. So we start off warming up with our pre-practice, starting off with an intro. So I did a little something different. I asked my fellow host and our guest today to draw a picture of a emoji that's best going to describe how they feel right now. And we're going to start with ladies first, as always, since we're gentlemen, and our guest.
Thanks,
Therese, what do you got?
Oh, chivalry is not dead.
You taught me well. You taught me well. And if I didn't learn, I got hit.
Yes,
So it's okay.
Yes, you did. Okay, I'm going the emoji with but then we're sweating and we're a little nervous about how this is going.
You're nervous for today. That's a really good drawing.
This is my go-to emoji right now. It's like, LOL,
A little shoulder shrug.
Yeah.
Aren't you used to being in front of a camera?
But with you guys, it's different. Oh. I'm not nervous about what y'all have to ask, but
you never know what you.
I never know. I mean, JT did ask me. It was like, so what about women in wrestling and in mud? And I was just like, this is where we're going today. All right.
Better than
It's a possibility. You never know.
You never know.
Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
Never know.
Okay.
Forrest Gump, what a guy.
By the way, you saw how.
And that's over your head too, isn't it?
No, I've seen Forrest.
You've seen
I'm a movie
Forrest
guy.
Gump. Okay, great.
Yeah, those are classics.
Okay.
Classics.
Therese is an avid artist. Many pictures in the family's back bathroom are all drawn from Therese. In our back bathroom are drawn by Therese.
Droon.
Hey, calm down, Schwetz. All right. So
I did say that.
Speaking of Schwetz, let's see your emoji.
I got the glasses on.
That looks like a jack-o'-lantern.
Kind of, but that's the way it was.
You just feeling cool?
Feeling cool. I loved podcast game day filming.
Yeah.
With the fellas and the squad at the location is one of my favorite days.
Yeah, turn my swag on. Yeah.
All of it.
That's it.
That is it.
That's when he holds his stuff and he's like, turn my swag on. Yeah.
That's it.
I feel so swaggy.
I got the starstruck eyes for Therese, obviously, our guest.
Yo.
We got two. Now is our second guest. I can't believe we got one guest on the pod. But
we doubled up on guests.
We doubled up on that.
That's a 200% increase.
So I'm starstruck that Sideline
So you're the
Warnings
math guy on this podcast. Got it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. We got another guest.
She is famous for us. She's
famous.
definitely above our podcast for now.
For sure.
Absolutely.
For now, we need your help to become more famous than Therese.
Starstruck. Let's go.
Shout out to all the people reposting. So, since we have our guest, we got to start off with our specialties. Getting into special teams, which means, Elijah, what do we got to do with that O-line?
O-line. We got to hit the film room.
We got film today.
I know you guys are all happy. So we're going to take a break, O-line. Let's go.
Maybe during this break, you could have some Swedish fish, maybe peanut butter and jelly
No,
practice.
No, we're cutting weight for these guys.
Counting calories?
We got to move in space.
A lot of screens.
I know, a lot of screens.
All right, so again, we're being a sports broadcast. Therese, tell us a little bit about your sports background. Since I witnessed all of it, they need to see it.
In case the public does not
viewers
know.
don't know.
Yeah.
Do you have huddle highlights?
I do.
Okay, all right.
But it was spelled Huddle. It wasn't HUDL.
I grew up with Bob and Trudes as our parents. It's sports filled our whole lives. I played volleyball, basketball, track and field, varsity sports all through high school. Worked my butt off to go Division I, top 25 program for volleyball. I am only 5'8", so there you go.
And what position did you play in high school?
I was the bros. Bros.
In high school?
No, I was an outside hitter
You were
in
an
high
outside
school.
hitter.
I was an outside hitter in high school. So I was that kid at like 10 years old where your parents ask you, what do you want for Christmas? And I was the weirdo that was like, I want jump soles. I want a ladder. I want...
No, dead serious. Do you know what jump soles are?
Yes, I had them.
You had them.
Of course you did.
I never wanted them. She made it worse.
I had them.
We're ready to explain because you have no idea.
What is that?
Therese, please explain.
They're
It was
phenomenal.
these things that you like strapped onto your sneakers that like was like 2-inch platforms that were a little bit weighted so that you had to learn how to jump on like the ball mounts of your foot,
Only on the balls of your feet.
Yep.
It's not a full platform shoe.
Yep.
which is
Not on
like
your
terrible to
There's
think about
nothing in the back,
now.
on the heel.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know
Built shin
what?
splints.
Yeah.
I played front row all 4 years at a
You can
one
say
of the
the
top
school.
25 programs in the country. So, and
You
then
could say where you played.
You can say it.
oh, I can say it.
You can say
okay,
it.
well, I
Go
played at
Buffs.
Presentation High School.
Be proud of it.
And then I went to the University of Colorado, and I played all 4 years
She's
at
a buff.
Colorado.
Go Buffs.
But they were like, but it was when I was being recruited for college. They were like, if you want to go top 25, you're gonna have to play back row. I was like, okay, cool. I'll just get really good at crashing into things and taking out chairs, which is how I got 2 concussions.
2 concussions. She got a helmet for Christmas one year.
So playing all 4 years at Sko Buffs, prime time, hell yeah.
Need 'em.
Playing for clicks.
Yeah, it's playing for
That's it.
clicks.
Yes.
I came back home and to the Bay Area and started working for a high school sports show called Cow High Sports. And I was originally hired to shoot football. They brought me in and they were just like, do you know anything about football? And I was like, I know a little about football. They're like, can you shoot football? I was like, yeah, I can shoot football.
We'll teach
so,
you.
I did that and then worked my way into reporter, producer, one man, one woman band, one human band kind of a thing. And then that got me a job as a weekday sports reporter / anchor for NBC in Toledo, Ohio,
Oh my gosh.
home of the Mud Hens.
I mean, yeah, you were covering all types of sports.
It was a
all of Ohio, right?
Yeah.
Even to Michigan.
into Michigan because it's right on the border, and it was
Yeah.
one of the coolest experiences just because I got to cover Michigan and Ohio State and all the
wow.
MAC schools as well, like Toledo, Bowling Green, and got to cover the Tigers and the Lions.
And they were in a World Series run, weren't
that
they?
was against the Giants, in 20.
What a hard.
And they got swept.
And I was like the only person that was in there was like, yay!
Yeah.
Yeah. The Midwest is a good
It
time.
was I
love the
I had an
Midwest.
awesome time. I would go to high school football, sectional quarterfinals in the middle of the state where there's like no one to be found.
Yeah.
And it would be -5 degrees at kickoff and it's pitch black and there are 7,000 people in the stands. We're like,
7,000.
wow. All right. My now husband, fiance, like boyfriend at the time was sitting in the car being like, I'm not coming out. I will keep the car running.
It is cold.
So did that, came back to the Bay Area, worked at NBC Sports Bay Area as a digital producer. Giants came to them and asked them, like, we're looking for somebody that can speak to 40,000 people and also speak to a camera, and we're just not really liking any of the people that we have. Do you have anybody? And my news director knew what I did beforehand, and he was like, I have someone sitting across from me right now. Do you want me to just get her on the phone? So he convinced me to audition. For whatever reason, the Giants have liked me, and I have been the Giants in-stadium host since 2015.
In-game live host, right?
And I have also then transitioned over to NBC Sports Bay Area, where I've done a few different Giants-focused shows and filled in for a few other things as well for them. So, jack of all trades, you know.
Quick
I don't
decision.
know how I somehow went into baseball, but here I am.
I mean, that's where your career took you.
Yeah, that's where
Yeah.
you're
You
at.
started with football and covering my high school football team,
Yeah.
which was 6-6, so not a lot of highlights. But you
of
were there
highlights.
for it. You were there for it all.
The whole reason I got into that, I remember being home from college and be like, what am I going to do with my life? And Cal High Sports was on the TV.
And you moved
Yeah.
home.
And Dad looks at me and he just goes, "Why don't you go do that?
You
Why
do this.
don't you just call them and go get a job?" I'm like, "Dad, that's not how this works."
But it did.
And
But
then
it did.
Work
It
exactly like that.
When Bob says it, it works.
Yeah.
It
That's
really
just what
does.
happens.
When he
Yeah.
wants that French toastery to appear, it will happen. I
I'll-
mean,
I'll be a customer.
my senior
Me too.
year, I had the school sign a petition so she would be covering all of our games. So it just my whole family was there all the time.
What a
Nobody knew what they
petition.
were signing.
Wow,
they
Matt.
just signed. It didn't work. I signed it for good luck, and again, we went 6-6. It wasn't anything to.
well, no one
brag
else
about.
wanted to cover Sarah. And then,
No
so they
one
were like,
did.
"You go cover it." And I was like, "Great." Points for being the older sister and being at my brother's game. Woohoo!
Yeah.
We'll take it. All right, so you already talked about how you got involved with the Giants, and what's your favorite game to play as an in-game live host?
Oh, okay. It probably has to be.
Are you Wayne Brady and guess that lyric?
You know what? That one is kind of hard because it's
hard.
It depends on where you are in the ballpark
Yeah.
because it's an open air
Yeah.
ballpark, right? So where you're standing, if you're over in 102 versus like 325 versus like 215, the sound is very
Oh yeah.
different.
Yeah.
And sometimes
I never
you
thought
can't.
about that.
It's
Yeah.
very.
Yeah.
So name that tune is actually very tricky, hard to do, and
I
you
love
also
that
want
game.
to. It's so
Me
much
too.
Yeah,
fun.
that is so fun.
It is
is
so
fun.
much fun. Probably the hardest game we play is Math Facts, where you show two Giants players' faces and you have to know their numbers. And then it's in a math equation. And you have to like know their numbers,
Yeah.
solve the number equation, and then say who the answer is.
Yeah.
So you gotta,
Oh, what player is the number?
what player is the number of the solution?
So if you don't know the player's number, you're
Like
screwed.
you need to
You're
be
done.
sober and know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you suck at math, you're screwed.
Yeah. So a lot of
wow.
times it's a lot of like, you see them pause and you go, "Yes, Matt Chapman is number 26. Good job." And they're like, 26. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's a lot of leading the witness. But going back to your question, my favorite one is probably the warning track race. Where
Oh,
we start them in center
Yeah.
field
That
and they
is
have
fun.
to run all the way to left field, and there's like different obstacles that they have to do.
Yeah.
And it usually starts with spinning your
Yeah.
head on the bat
Yep.
10
Dizzy
times
bat.
and then trying not to crash into the wall and continue on your way through the other obstacle courses. That one always makes for a good time. But we've had to create
had some
consent
instances.
forms
Yeah, I
thanks
was
to
about
that.
to say.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
I was about to say,
Sure.
every time you see one of those in a highlight clip, it's always someone falling.
Oh, yeah.
What's-
I know.
Who's the team that does it against the Flash?
That's the
Oh, the
Braves.
freeze. The freeze.
freeze.
Yeah,
Braves.
the freeze.
The freeze.
It's the Braves.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, the Braves do that.
And you watch that guy, and every time the
he's
person's
nuts.
like, "I got him," and he just passed him, and for some reason, they always fall.
Always.
Every-
They
They
always
always
trip.
That's
It's
because
like
their
you don't-
hamstring gives out.
That's
You
the
don't
best
go to a
part.
track meet, and when someone runs by, you're like, "Oh no!"
Yeah.
Well, it's
that
usually
doesn't
like
happen.
out of shape dads
Yes.
that are like running,
And they have
Yeah.
like a
Or some
half,
frat
half of the
bros.
outfield
Yeah.
head start.
and they
Yes.
want like a
Yeah.
hot dog at the end.
Yes.
You're like, okay.
Has
Okay.
anyone ever
That
I'll
hot
go-
dog never
I'll
tasted
go
so
around.
good. Yes.
Does the
Can I
freeze
get
lose?
mustard?
Does he
I
lose?
think he's
Yeah,
lost.
he has lost.
He has
He has
lost.
lost.
I saw a
Oh.
recent loss where he
Wow.
actually legit lost to like an awkward dad. I
Wow.
was like, wow.
That dad was in shape. Spartan races.
Yeah.
He's
He
hoping to be
does
on
something.
Pros versus Joes.
He does something.
That's funny.
Calisthenics.
I like that one. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So, last question for our specialty segment. What is your dream job? If this is not already it, what would you, other than being an amazing mother of two and an amazing wife, what would your dream job be?
Stop that. Yeah. That's like separate.
I have to
that's
say
not,
that.
I know you have to say that, but that's like separate.
They are good
I
kids.
you learn to I can't even say that.
Compartmental-
Compartmentalize. Can't we? We're both from the same genes. Obviously, we can't say this word.
I can't read too good. I can't speak too good.
Compartmentalize. That I
Stinkers.
keep those separate. Anyhow, I would say, at least in this line of work, you have to remain fluid and flexible because media and how people ingest entertainment and sports is changing so much. So back when I was in high school, I thought I wanted to be Erin Andrews. I thought I wanted to be College Game Day sideline reporter, like interviewing coaches. Like, I can do that. I'm a daughter of a coach and I got a brother and I played sports. I know how to ask the questions. And then the more I've played college sports myself and then got to see what it's actually like to be on the sidelines and see that kind of thing, I'm like, I don't want to be that person that asks those questions. Like, they don't want to talk to me. I don't want to be that. I don't want to. So you pivot. Pivot. If you know Friends, you probably don't. Pivot.
I actually haven't seen Friends.
It's okay.
Neither have I, though.
Yeah.
It's a
Never watched
It's
it.
on TBS all the time.
I
You
watched
can
The
catch up.
Office. I didn't.
Okay, we can talk about.
I guess I only watched it because you guys. It's like the OC. You don't need to watch.
Taylor
the OC.
loves Friends though. Yeah.
OC's legit.
You guys,
Never seen
okay.
it.
So you pivot a lot, and I would just say that my ultimate dream is always constantly changing because you're just ready for whatever opportunity comes available to you. Yes, covering one of the teams that I grew up watching is a dream come true.
How cool is that?
It's awesome. People
Yeah.
ask me all the time, they're like, what is it like coming to work? I'm like, it's not work.
Yeah.
I get to come and entertain people every day and
Yeah.
be around something I love to do. And especially since I now don't live close to the ballpark. I live 120 miles away, and commuting in Bay Area traffic is no fun. So people are always like, you commute from where? Why? Because it's fun.
Yeah.
And it's not work. And as long our dad always preached this to us, if it's not work, if it doesn't feel like work, then you will do it your whole entire life. And so I'm not saying I'm going to stay right where I'm at. I'm open to whatever opportunities come available and am ready to pivot at any opportunity that happens, as long as it's sports and it's entertaining, because I like making people smile and forget about whatever worries or frustrations that they're dealing with that day.
Brilliant.
Sorry,
Thank you.
I thought
That
of one
is
more
so
question, and I feel like this is important. Are you a big fan of the DJ, or do you want the organ being played at the game?
Are you kidding? I love Umami. She's my girl.
For those who don't know, would you like to tell them who DJ Umami is?
I'm sure lots of people are like, oh, I know DJ Umami.
Talking about these two.
I don't know DJ Umami.
I don't
School
know.
me.
You need
Yeah,
to come.
unagi
Yes.
sauce.
She is a Bay Area DJ. She's one of the best Bay Area DJs. Very well known. She just knows what the crowd wants, what the crowd feels. She's so great. Don't get me wrong. Sundays are great. We have the actual organist,
Yeah. Okay.
Steve Hogan, in the house playing the organ, and he'll play. He'll get on there and be like, all about that bass, which I love. But it's like when I hear that team down south in blue that likes to play the organ all the time, I'm like, meh, this sounds old school.
Yeah.
And I've noticed a lot more baseball teams are hiring DJs in-house, and we started that. She started that. She's awesome, and it's one of the coolest things about working where I work. When I first started, there are women present in our sports entertainment industry. When I first started, we had the first female PA announcer for Major League Baseball. She is in the Hall of Fame. Renelle Brooks-Moon.
I was going to
Just
ask you.
about
I was going
to
to ask
answer
you
this question. I've been
Okay.
waiting.
What
So
what
it
can
was-
you tell us about her and why?
The first thing you should know about her, she loves me.
Why
Who doesn't?
why is she
Loves
not
me.
there
Doesn't.
anymore? She was like an amazing part of the experience of going to a Giants game.
She's an
Like,
amazing human being, but
So
She's the
please.
best in the biz.
Yeah.
Literally.
I was just... Hold on, I'll come back
Yes.
to that. So it's
'Cause I
having
need to hear it.
Renelle,
I need to know.
and then
I need to know.
as the PA announcer, myself as the in-park host, and then Umami, who is also female, being the DJ. We're entertaining a man's sport. Yes,
Yeah.
we also
Yes.
have like a female coach on staff too. We're in
Yep.
San Francisco, things are moving, but at the same time, it was like we were a squad, you know.
Yeah,
And so
totally.
when things happened. So Renelle was the PA announcer for the Giants since Oracle Park opened back in 2000. So she was coming up to her 25th season. She was up for a contract renewal. The Giants and her couldn't come to terms with her contract.
That was so heartbreaking.
Totally.
It really has.
Like
Agreed.
huge miss.
It was
No
all
one
over
says
Twitter,
Buster
too.
Posey or
Oh my God.
Brandon Crawford better than her.
Her voice is
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
iconic.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
If when,
It is.
it's
Yes.
like if you grew up with Giants baseball,
Yeah.
you think Giants baseball as John Miller's voice
John
talking.
Miller,
yes.
John Miller
Croup and
is the
Kipe.
voice.
Croup and
Croup and
Kipe.
Kipe.
Croup and
And then
Kipe.
Yep.
and then when you go to a game, you expect to hear
Yes.
like your inner monologue is Renell.
Is Renell.
Yeah,
You're
for
like,
sure.
And now going up to get her Coke and hot dog, Therese Viñal. You know, like,
She was.
She's
yeah,
the
yeah.
best.
She's
Yeah.
also
She really was.
super in shape. That
Yeah.
lady was
Yeah,
a-
the
she's
gun
so
show.
nut.
She's like cut.
yeah,
Dude.
she's.
Super fit.
She would always be like, "Girl, I just went to Macy's and I got some like cut off sleeve. They got really great orange stuff." I'm like, "On it, thank you."
Yeah.
She's a phenomenal human being.
Because
too.
Yeah.
she used to be the host for like KMEL, right? Mm-hmm. And then
Renell in the morning, yeah.
right, and then she went to like 98.1, something
Man,
like that.
I need to introduce you to Renell.
I'm a huge fan.
Seriously.
Huge fan. So I don't think
Can
I
we
was
get her on the
around-
podcast?
Can we get her on the pod?
Oh my gosh, that'd be massive.
I don't think I was around when she was on KMEL. I think that was a little.
I think you're a little young.
Yeah, and then what is it? Just kind of her age. She moved to 98.1, more her age, I guess.
She is no age. Age does not exist with Renell.
Yeah. But major miss for the Giants. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
heartbreaking.
Yeah, it is. But
That's
So-
cool that she's a cool person, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing
I like
person.
that's cool.
So since we're already talking about like women in sports right now, we're gonna move on to our Blitz on Cans, which is our hot topic of the day.
okay.
You know, before practice, before you start doing some live action, we got to run through some mechanics. We got to run through some fundamentals. Let's make sure we got our plays right against stationary cans. Which, Elijah, how often does it work?
Oh, blitz on cans every time.
That blitz hits
50%
home.
of the time it works every
No,
time.
100% of the time it works. 100% of the time
It's amazing.
because
Okay.
it always gets home on a can.
It always gets
Always
home.
does.
Always.
So since we're already talking about women in sports, we've already talked about, Jeff brought this up during a break, that women's sports has taken a huge viewership, and we're seeing that in the WNBA draft. And the first thing we got to talk about is Caitlin Clark's rookie contract. Therese, actually, I've heard talk for a bit. You know who we haven't heard from enough? Elijah. Give us your point of view on this. How do you feel? Do you feel, first off, I'll tell you right now, she's
making like $70K a year.
She's
right?
looking to make 76,000 her rookie year for a total of
Yeah.
338,000 for
Yeah.
the next 4 seasons.
Yeah.
Now, do not include her sponsorship yet,
Right.
Okay.
because she, just so everybody knows,
Yeah.
she signed a deal with Nike worth 28
20
million.
something
Yeah.
like right.
We all knew she
Yeah.
was going to get this money in her
Somewhere.
sponsorships,
Somewhere,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
But talk to us.
I mean, I think she's
do you
gonna.
think that's low? Do you think that's right? Do you think they
Yeah.
knew she would make it up and brought
Yeah.
in the sponsorships?
I think she's single-handedly gonna change women's basketball forever. I think actually this whole class will.
Totally.
That's a
The-
okay.
So, obviously, I don't agree with how much she's getting paid, but I mean, I get the business side of it. There's not a whole lot of money that they have to give away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, she deserves a $100 million contract. Like, no doubt about it. She's literally going to change women's sports forever.
Yeah.
Her and Angel Reese and all of them.
Yeah.
Like, they're household names.
Yeah, right.
You know what I
They are.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's never really been that way until now. So she deserves a lot more. But, you know, I don't know the exact number of how much they have to give. I know that the WNBA actually loses some money every year. But I think it's going to change now. I mean,
Yeah.
I have never enjoyed women's basketball like I did just recently.
Right?
So
goes
that
right-
was so much fun to watch.
Right? It goes
whole
right
thing.
into what, Jeff, you were talking about during our break. You were telling us about this viewership in the Final Four in the WNBA. Please continue on. with
Yeah,
that.
I guess for the Final Four and the Elite Eight for women's was higher viewership than it was for the men's,
think
which
it's great.
I don't know.
I was tuned in
Yeah,
watching
I
was tuned
all
in.
of them.
Same.
all the
It was
games.
We
legit.
watched it when we were scripting, when
Yeah,
we were doing our
we were
stuff.
scripting
When we
episodes.
were scripting our stuff, we were working.
Yeah.
We were watching the game. We
Yeah.
were watching the LSU Iowa game.
All these
And-
podcasts are right off the top of the dome. What are you talking about? We don't.
Yeah,
script
that's right. You're right. So we were putting our practice plan together. That's
right.
what we were doing.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, for her, like, really, you saw like an ultimate phenomena happen from her junior year to her senior year, and then like all eyes on her.
Yeah. Shout out.
I
to
think
you.
she handled it like incredible.
Yeah.
There were so many things like in terms of men's and women's sports, right? Like the big thing last year was Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark in like the banter between them during the game.
Yeah.
Right? That was a huge,
Yeah.
huge deal.
That's huge.
However, when guys do that, It's like, you know, when they mimic somebody, like when John Wall had his thing and they were doing his dance, or whenever a guy comes up with a new thing and then they mimic it against whoever, right? That's like, oh, okay, that's fine. But then Angel Reese does it and it becomes a huge, huge deal. Like, who's in the wrong here, blah, blah, blah. So I think, number one, when you're in the spotlight as much as they've been in for the past 2 years, and the way that they've handled it is phenomenal. I think it goes to like show like their parents. They show their parents on stuff, right? Like Caitlin Clark's parents. Like it's like they're all in and so invested in their daughter, which I love because I have 2 daughters, so I love that whole so aspect and the whole deal of it. But it's huge for women's sports in general, and I think that's going to carry over into other sports for them as well. So it's not just going to be like these 2 women like. Next year, you got Paige Buchers, you got Lolo from...
You got Juju Watkins.
Juju Watkins from USC. Like, you got all these other...
That's my sister.
That's right.
That's his sister.
I got thrown off for a second.
Wrong sport, too.
You got, like, all these badass women who are playing sports, and they're playing hard, and they're doing it, and it's going to carry over at some point. And it's now is about the time, really, right? So it just took one person to really set it off. And in terms of her contract, like... No, she's not getting paid. Like she's not getting paid what she's worth. And for star, I think there needs to be some type of star factor that goes into those things. Yeah. Like you cap everybody at a certain amount, right? But
do you do that with a rookie right away?
You kind of got to. Her
she's already going to bring.
She was on the Pat McAfee show.
Sure. I'm glad she stayed in the Midwest.
She was on Saturday Night Live.
There you go. Like she's on all these things. Yeah. So
you know what sucks too?
Tell me.
Like. I get this sentiment that the WNBA stars are straight hating on her. Like they're not.
Did you see her teammates when she got drafted though?
What
for the Indiana Fever? Going crazy.
Yeah,
the stadium was filled during the WNBA draft just to watch the first one, and like the 2 stars of the team jumping out, already wearing her jersey with 22 on the back.
Indiana's basketball state.
Yeah, it's
because they're all about to get paid. They know with her like comes people in the seats, comes more TV deals, comes more sponsorships, comes more eyes on them. Like hell yeah, I want Caitlin Clark on my team, and of course other people are going to hate because
they're going to hate.
You know, going back to your whole thing about like the mimicking back and forth and how that got so much attention, I think it has something to do with the fact that like. Reality TV and how women have been such a focal point of reality TV and how that has sparked off and you want to see cattiness. You want to see like that, and that's why it like goes off a little bit. So like that gets attention, which is let them be them, like guys do that, like let it go. Why does it need to be on the front page like someone was making the face back at her and all this kind of stuff? So it's
it was the ring me.
And it's the jealousy factor. You know, it's the Diana Taurasi saying like, look, you don't know what you're getting into. You're right.
Such a hater.
You don't know what you're getting into, but at the same time, she's like, I was the Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
But
like
she didn't,
I was the Caitlin Clark of my time. Why was I not getting this?
Yeah.
And so it's. You know, just like when you see some guys probably come in that are rookies or freshmen or whatever coming up and you've got the jealous senior hating on them a little bit.
Yeah.
It's the same kind of thing, but it's a chance for women's sports to be shown of light. And when do we care now that like Diana Taurasi has an opinion about a kid coming out of college? She's saying stuff because she feels it and she's click.
I almost think it might be like, I don't know if it's messed up to say it, but I don't think the WNBA, I don't think they can afford to act jealous because she's literally going to bring all this attention to it. You have to embrace her. You have to welcome her with open arms.
I 100% agree with all that, but one of the things I've learned is that with fame and attention, if everyone loves you, you're not doing something right. There's always going to be somebody out there hating on you because they're just curmudgeons and maybe their mom didn't love them or maybe their like dog died when they were like 3. I don't know. Something bad happened to them, but they're just like, they're taking their pain out on you. At least that's what I tell myself when I get the one off.
Other than Dodger fans, who hated Buster Posey? He was Captain America.
But there's always people out there like, he's not that good.
Cardinal
you know what I mean? So there's going to be people, and people want to be on the front page. People want to be a focal point. People want to be clicks. Like,
like
you can't be clicks being like, I love Caitlin Clark. Because everyone
like, I saw one of the girls was like, oh, she's not a legend because she doesn't have a championship. She didn't win a national championship. what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
She set so many records that
So many.
broke even
Like,
men's records.
oh,
in
shit.
But that's like
NCAA.
saying like Dan Marino isn't a legend.
Like, come
you know
on.
what I mean?
Right. He never,
Like,
he never got.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
a
so
good point. So I like that.
it's just
one.
college. I mean, let's see what she does when she's professional.
That's what I'm saying.
New
Yeah.
chapter.
You remember
Yep.
the old SNL skit that they had when they were like trying to do WNBA 2K? And they were like, "Oh my God, it's and they
Diana
looked- and he's like,
Taurasi.
Diana Taurasi." Like, that's what it is.
Jump shot.
Like,
Like,
she's just mad. You put Caitlin Clark on SNL, they're like, "I know exactly who this is."
household
Yes.
name.
yeah,
household
but the
name.
cool thing is
Household
like
name.
the Steph Curry effect is real. Like
Yes.
there are not just
Yes.
boys, there's girls. Like everyone
Yes.
is like, if you can ball from outside,
If you can shoot.
shoot,
Yep.
like not everyone can do that.
No.
And
Nope.
so everyone's like, I can be any stature, any gender, any person I want to
Yeah.
be, and if I can shoot,
Yeah.
that's something everyone
Totally.
wants. Is like
For
I
the
can
girls,
be that person.
forget the dunking. Just shoot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Balls in
She's
the air,
pulling
you
up from
have
the logo.
you have hope that
Yeah.
ball's in the air. You're like,
Yes.
Yes.
here it
And I
is.
think that's one of the reasons why Caitlyn became such a phenom
Yes.
because people could relate, regardless
Yeah.
that she's a
Yep.
girl or not. But yes, it like elevated the fact that like look at what this woman is doing.
Yeah.
Which is
Absolutely.
awesome. Like
And she balled. She balled.
She
certified
balls.
baller.
Balled out.
Well, since that's going to wrap up our Blitz on Cans, let's push this over right away since
Push
we
us.
have some momentum going.
Yeah, we do.
Right? Let's go
Feel
good
that
versus good.
now.
A little conversation talking about the highest levels to play for women in the sports that I give you. Because we talked about
Okay.
earlier, and I saw your face. Jeff
Yeah,
said,
we
"Oh,
did.
you can go professional in these other things." I'm like, ah, and your face is like, "There's not that
Yeah,
many
there's
outlets
not that
other
many.
than Olympics."
Yeah.
And if you're in the Olympics, you have to be considered what?
An amateur.
An amateur.
Oh.
Unless
Unless
you're the
you're
basketball
doing
player.
the basketball player.
Or you're a golfer.
True.
So
So you have to
Yeah.
be considered an amateur status,
Okay.
which is wild. So, volleyball. Going right into your sector here, Therese. Handle this one. What's the highest level that you can play?
besides the Olympic team,
Besides the Olympic team.
indoor volleyball, you gotta go overseas and play.
Yeah.
Really?
That's the highest level of volleyball.
Wow.
Yes,
Yeah.
you can go play professional volleyball overseas.
Would you say you can make six figures over there?
I
But
mean,
they-
unless you're like the best player on the team and
Yeah.
you're making like,
And you need huge it's mostly off
you're
incentives,
making euro
right?
dollars,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And like you're getting sponsorships through that.
But
So it's not
a big chance. But your incentives behind going out there, hey, we pay for your room and board, we give you a car. It's kind of like what
you get to go play a
better
sport
extent
like
than
that's
what
your
I was
job.
doing.
You
Yeah.
get to
Yeah.
you're like, I'm gonna go do this because I'm good at it and someone's gonna pay me a good amount of money where I can save it, I can live, and I could travel and just be an athlete.
Do you think they're making as much as Caitlin Clark at 76,000?
No.
No.
Yeah.
No.
All right, so we see Olympics. What about beach volleyball? Elijah, you have a little experience in beach volleyball area. More family related.
Okay, my sister plays volleyball.
Where?
She's pretty good. She plays at Oregon.
Would you say she's the best athlete in your family?
That's when you say yes.
Yes, that's what I was.
They say yes.
He's-
Shout out
He's
Spencer.
softball tossed this to you.
It was literally a left-handed layup.
Whoa, I'm right.
God, pound for pound, it's got to be me, 100%.
Nobody's got the poundage
Pound
except
for
for
pound.
Billy.
Pound for pound, it's me. So she plays at Oregon, and she's in the transfer portal now. So she's going to go grad transfer.
Nice.
So she got her master's.
Get that
And
degree.
then, yeah. So she's looking for somewhere to play indoor. What is the highest level you could play beach volleyball?
AVP.
AVP. Yeah, it's the professional outdoor league.
Okay.
And you can also go to the Olympics with that too.
Yes, you
Is
can be
that
a
two
professional.
on two?
2-2.
Two on
2-2.
two.
I'm going to be honest that I have watched my sister play volleyball for her whole life.
Yeah, welcome to the
I
club.
got no clue what position she plays.
Does she hit it? Does she play front row?
I think she plays on the side.
Does she wear a different color jersey?
No, she's
Okay,
not.
so
She's not a
bro.
bombero.
She's not a bro.
not a bro.
She's not a
Okay.
bombero.
She's not a
Bombero.
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 I know it's not bombero, but one of us on this podcast thinks it's bombero.
It's kind of a dope name though.
It's kind of cool.
It's kind of cool. Maybe we
Anyway.
should get it changed.
Professional beach
But,
volleyball is
uh,
AVP, and then Olympics is what you can do.
But
So,
Lolo, maybe we'll get you on the pod. You could tell us what position you play.
bring her on just to find out what.
And then see you
Educate us
later.
in the beach volleyball life.
Seriously.
Yeah,
you need
what
it.
position you play? Okay, bye.
All right. Well, Jeff, I'm going to take this one over into your area. What about the swinging skirts?
What is that?
LPGA.
Oh yeah,
which
you
is
can
the
get-
they
yeah,
literally.
you can get to.
They call them
LPGA.
the swinging skirts.
Do they really? I've never heard that in my
She
entire
told me
life.
this.
No, it's a thing.
It's
Really?
a thing.
Yeah.
So
No,
first off, if
LPGA.
we're talking about women's golf,
women's
I
golf.
watch women's golf. I like Nelly Korda. She just
well,
won.
why wouldn't you? She's just on fire right
She
now.
is literally on fire. She won the last like 5 events. She is phenomenal.
win.
She also has a sister named Jessica Korda, and they both play together.
Yep.
If my 2 daughters played on the LPGA tour together, I would be the happiest.
This is your ultimate goal now. You're like,
Ultimate-
this is goals. Okay.
No,
all we do.
No, my 3-year-old has a golf set already. She's already got it. We practice, we putt, we do all that stuff.
Nelly's on repeat all the time on YouTube. At your
She's got a
house.
phenomenal swing.
So you're
I'm
making-
serious. She's got a great swing.
You're making daughters more expensive.
Dude, trying to do something. But if they went out like that, anyway.
Yeah.
LPGA is super legit. I watch it all the time. I wish they played courses that were like the men's courses though. So like not like in terms of length and all that.
Oh, like
but
they're playing like Lake Merced.
they're playing like they played Lake
Yeah.
Merced, but like why can't they get on a Olympic club or why can't they get out like have like a Masters type
TPC.
deal? Like
You gotta
maybe not
educate
the
me on that.
Masters.
So I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that for a while it's been a lot of Asian players, and so it's huge over in like Korea and
Yes.
Japan, and
Yes.
like
Really?
it is
Yeah.
like they
It
are
is
the
huge.
premier
Oh, wow.
Yes.
athletes over there.
Yes.
And it doesn't translate over into American viewership, American
Yes.
dollars, because who's watching women's sports? A lot of it is usually people that enjoy it, or girls, young girls, women, see her, be her kind of thing.
Yep.
And if I'm like a little 5-year-old girl and I don't see something that I recognize in myself, click, turn the channel.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah.
So like it probably helps that your 3-year-old is seeing an American
Yeah.
dominate right now, and that it's
Yeah.
helpfully bringing up revenue in that regard to open up more possibilities. For the first time ever, the Women's Open was at Pebble Beach last year.
Okay.
The first time ever. Pebble Beach has been around forever, and the women have never played there before. It was
Insane.
just like,
Yeah,
But why
that's
is
literally-
that? Like why?
because
It's the same
it was
with the
always like,
Olympic
we're going to
Club,
lose
right?
revenue, we're not going to be able to like at least break even.
Okay.
But they finally have got some women that are in the board, and they were like, no, we're going to do this. And not only did they like break even, they actually made money. Like
See,
it was
it's
the
legit.
most
Yeah.
viewed U.S. Women's Open ever, because
Wow.
it's Pebble Beach
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
iconic, and a
Totally.
lot of guys can be like, I've played Pebble is hard. No
Yeah.
wonder these girls are legit. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
it
and
is.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Like, but it takes moments like that for like a Harding to be opened up, an Olympic
Yeah.
club to be opened
Yep.
up for like,
Yeah.
oh, Pebble did it, we should do it too.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
look how much viewership they got.
What kind of
Totally.
deals like do women's golfers make, like with their contracts? Are they making multi-million-dollar deals?
sponsorships.
Or?
Yeah, I think
everything's
it has
paid
to do with
for.
like
And then
the,
it's based
the
on
brand
winnings,
and the
right?
Yeah.
winnings. Like what are they getting sponsored by? Like PXG, TaylorMade, Ping, like
Yeah.
all those things.
Are they making more money than like WNBA players?
I
If
think
you
they-
win,
yeah, if you win.
Yeah.
if you win, but
Their
I mean,
purses have gotten bigger though.
their purses are getting
I
bigger.
I do know that.
Okay.
Like the
Yeah.
purse being the winnings.
Because golf, you
like
get paid when you win.
Thank you
right?
for the
That's pretty much
clarification.
it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You got to win.
I didn't think you were talking about their golf bag when you talked about their purses.
No, I'm talking about the purse. That's what they call it in
I know
golf
what you
when you
mean.
win. It's
not
X
just
amount of
women, it's
dollars.
men.
Exactly. It's purses.
Fighters-
Men
fighters get a
purses.
purse.
Women's gets purses. That's
Yes.
what it's called.
But
Not their purses.
also back to what you were saying, Elijah, you got to also understand there were, I don't know if there still are, you actually would be a better advocate to this, that some golf courses don't even allow women to play unless
yeah.
it's certain days.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's that nonsense? Don't
I'm
they
going
have,
to
like,
send you in
ladies'
to
day
go
or
talk to
something?
them. Yes. It's like Ladies' Day, or
It's
it
like a
took-
Wednesday for women,
Yeah.
Well, the
but you
Masters-
can't be here on Saturday
The
and
Masters
Friday.
didn't let a woman member in until Condoleezza Rice.
Correct.
Condoleezza Rice was the first one to be a member at
That is
Augusta
of recent
National.
years. That's
Yes,
just
that's like-
mind blowing.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, I'm no golfer, but I have been to a golf course like once or twice. And then you read the signs and it says like, oh, ladies on Tuesdays from
Yeah.
like 4 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is that?
Yeah, it's
and there's still places
doesn't
that
make
are
any
like,
sense.
you have to, if you're gonna wear shorts, they have to be
Mm.
X amount of length. If you're gonna wear a skirt, you like they're regulating on what.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild.
Yeah.
isn't it? I
Like
mean,
golf.
there's still some place like
It's
even when Tiger
2024
first started
golf.
getting in there,
Mm-hmm.
Let's
like
go.
there was certain clubhouses he wasn't allowed to change in.
That's That's true.
Yeah.
That is true. The Augusta being, I
It,
think, one
like,
of them, actually.
it's wild.
Who is this?
With Tiger Woods
Tiger.
in the tour.
Oh.
Could not dress in certain clubhouses because they didn't allow black people in there.
Oh, and I guess wasn't that a plantation?
Wild.
Yeah.
It's wild.
That literally a golf course built on a slave
Look at
plantation.
you and your golf knowledge.
You know,
He's a golfer.
I ain't no golfer, but
You go to Mariners.
I ain't no
I
golfer,
can
but-
read a little
You
bit.
go to Mariners.
I can read a little.
Not much. It takes
I've seen
you a few
Bagger
pages.
Vans.
It takes you a few pages.
Big
Yeah.
Tin Cup fan.
Me too.
All right. What about last one then for sports? What sports do you want your daughters to play? Because Therese, I know you have my lovely niece Sloan, who's a terror to society in the future, but amazing.
We are
devil
harnessing that energy early, sir. Okay.
She sounds like a football player in my eyes. But between Jeff, you have 2 daughters. Therese, you have 1. Elijah, knowing the genetics in your family, since you have all brothers and 1 sister, you're probably going to have a couple girls in your life. It's just going to happen.
It's gonna happen.
It's just how it works. What sports do you want them playing, Jeff?
Really any sport that they're interested in. The only sport that I will say I don't want them to play is cheerleading. That's the only one that I do not
Okay.
want them to do. Any of the water sports, I guess, is okay.
You just got to get up really early.
The water polos, the swimmings, that's all great.
We're talking water polo.
And cheerleading is a sport. Yes,
It is a
Yes,
sport.
it is.
We all
100%.
agree.
Yeah, tumble cheerleading.
all
Don't
agree.
come after us. We
100%
agree that it's a
cheerleading
sport.
is
It
a
It's a
just
good
sport.
sport.
doesn't
It's just
want
not
100%.
for my kids.
it. Agreed.
I don't want them doing it. It's
They
just
do some
on me.
I think it's
flips and
cool,
things
man.
as well.
I mean, I'm sure it's great, but it's just not for the Thomases.
Now,
So,
but
everyone
gymnastics.
Gymnastics?
Gymnastics.
They don't call it gymnastics. That's from the
A lot of
movie.
gymnasts actually go into tumbling for cheerleading is
Yeah.
the thing because a lot of programs don't have gymnastics offered to them, so they have to then go into cheerleading.
Yeah.
Like, and then they're the flyers and the
Sure.
tumblers and all that kind of stuff. So gymnastics and cheerleading, I know they're like 2 different things, but a lot of times they coincide.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
How to get a scholarship?
Legit too. Those are legit sports.
Yeah.
I mean, so Jeff is saying the nice answer overall as a dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything you want, honey. It's great.
Yeah.
No problem.
No,
but
they're
let's
good,
be
they're
honest.
good.
You're pushing
Field
the golf
hockey.
agenda since you already
Golf.
have a club
There's a
set.
lot of unused
hockey.
golf women's scholarships, so that's a
Oh.
very push.
Golf.
Yeah.
Put the golf club in her
I've
hand
heard
and be
that
like,
too.
"Here you go, honey."
Yeah, so
I'm
shout
gonna-
out
I wanna
for
do
all those
field
dads
hockey.
out there
Field
and
hockey's
moms.
Yeah.
Get your daughters on that golf plan.
Yeah.
I just like, I like it too. I'd love to just caddy for both of them.
For
And,
both
like
of
have
them.
like
Yeah,
2
that's cool.
bags walking down the fairway, and they like just walk in front
You
together.
wouldn't get a cart by
And
that
then-
time.
No, I just caddy for them. Just put them on my shoulders. And
Sleeves?
just get them rolling. It depends on
Shirt
if
off.
it's
No,
on.
no sleeves.
No
sleeves.
No
No
sleeves.
shirt.
Mm-mm.
All right, Therese. So what sports? Obviously, they can play anything they want. Thanks, Jeff.
No, they can't play anything they want.
Yes!
There you go. Good.
I am not exposing her to hockey. I'm not getting up at 6 a.m. and taking her to some
Smart.
stupid ice rink. Mm-mm.
There you go.
Same
So,
with figure skating.
Michelle's
Same
gonna
with
be upset.
swimming. I'm very happy that my kids are just kind of like, swimming's okay. I'm like, yes. All right. and
I
neither
can
one of you are-
survive in this. I can survive.
Yeah. I'm being a little selfish here because who's taking them to the practices?
You.
Yeah.
I am taking them to the practices. So I want to go to something that I like a lot of sports. So let's just be honest here. Like pick something that I can be happy to drive you to and
Yeah.
enjoy sitting there and watching and trying not to lose my mind and being like,
Sure.
Right.
Field hockey.
Yes.
What about field hockey?
I just said that. I'm all in on that. I think that's an awesome
Yeah.
sport.
That's cool.
Field hockey's all right.
cool.
Legit.
Lacrosse?
Yeah.
Lacrosse.
I don't know.
Not as cool.
Yeah.
Because it's completely different rules.
But
for theirs.
women's lacrosse. Yeah, it's
Women's
actually a
lacrosse
totally
is different.
Game. That's cool.
They don't wear the
Women's
helmet.
lacrosse, yeah.
It's not padded.
No.
Yeah.
It's just like goggles. So
Women's
your
Oh,
eyes
I mean,
no.
get damaged.
I
so
didn't
my
know that.
my
Yeah,
3-year-old,
it's not the same.
because
That
of
is-
the
yeah,
Caitlin
you're right.
Clark effect, is
Cool.
super into women's basketball.
Yes.
So it's like,
Love
can we
that.
put on women's basketball right now? I was like, yeah, whatever's
yeah.
gonna get you wanting
Yeah.
to watch sports.
And then
Amazing.
after that, Frozen. Frozen.
Moana.
Moana.
Moana,
is
Frozen.
Huge. Moana's huge. in the
Never seen
household.
it. He threw it on himself. I know.
Oh, that was
You're welcome.
great. Oh, thank
I
you,
see
Elijah,
what's
for doing
happening
that.
here.
I mean, I would love her to play volleyball. I would love to play basketball because those are all sports I can assist with, I can
Sure.
help with, that
Sure.
kind of a thing. But if she's into golf, I know my husband can help her,
Yep.
her dad can help her. It's just, I'll be selfish in the regard of I really hope it's a sport that I enjoy watching.
Yeah.
You know, that's the only regard, because if you're going to stick
like
with
two
it.
different people right there. You said my husband can help her dad can help her.
Yeah, we're like,
that's the
there's
same person,
it's the
people.
Same person. I just didn't want. I didn't want it to sound like Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not. I just wanted to let our viewers know it's the same person.
Same guy.
That's
Same
okay.
guy.
Same person. Hey, John.
He's the Solwyn that's supposed to be on the back end of the name.
It's fine.
All right, so that's gonna wrap up our good versus good. And since we're having some good fun right now, and you already have whiteboards in front of you,
Wow.
Oh, we're gonna.
it's time to
keep
play a
using
game.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh, a game.
Time to play a game.
Okay.
All right, I want you. We're gonna play Price is Right rules here.
Oh,
explain that.
So,
explain that.
first,
Youths.
right?
Use it in
There's
a
a
sentence.
whiteboard game used. We are going to guess the first year contract for the people that I name.
Oh, we're gonna make us look dumb,
Yeah,
man.
you are.
Rude.
What is
That's
the
why
Price
I'm
is
the
Right
host.
rules?
Price is Right rules means
You can't go over.
Can't go over.
You
Okay.
can't go
That
over.
means you spent too much.
Okay.
So you
Yeah.
always want to underpay.
Okay.
But I'm not going to let you guys see each other's. So you can't.
We
Oh,
can't
I'm going to
collaborate?
guess. I'm going to guess
Yeah, that-
72,000.
the
I'm going to
jerk
guess
move- The jerk move in
72,001.
Price is Right is to go $1 over.
Yes.
Like you
One.
wait for the other people to go, and then you're like 7,601.
Yes.
Okay. Oh,
No, none of that.
All right. Do you guys want to
The
start
price
off?
is wrong, Bob.
is that
Do you know that one?
a saying?
That's Happy Gilmore.
Ay,
He has more homework.
yeah.
That's Happy
Okay.
Gilmore.
I've seen Happy Gilmore like once.
Do you know who
Bro.
Bob Barker is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, you don't. Anyways. All right. So do you guys. We'll
These
start
are
off with the
dogs and
younger
cats.
generation for Elijah so he understands who we're talking about.
Is he the
First-
guy who hosts the show?
Brittany
on.
Griner,
Keep
he
going.
was. And then Drew. Anyways. Brittany Griner signs with the Phoenix Mercury.
Her rookie contract?
Her rookie contract, 1 year
Out of Baylor, right?
at Baylor. Now, this is wild.
Oh, man. Now I got
For 1 year, right?
For 1 year. For some reason, these WNBA contracts are only like 1 to 4 years when they're signed.
1 year
Because you
contract.
don't
Okay.
know.
Yeah,
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 in
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
sense.
Okay.
Like, they
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
want to
yeah,
take
yeah.
that financial
I
risk.
got mine.
All right,
my
so we
gosh.
got
Brittany Griner.
Brittany Griner setting the tone.
1 year.
1 fiscal year.
Man,
Okay.
you went really specific.
I did. I did.
I just want to go with Jeff right now.
Yeah, just go with
Next
Jeff.
time, let's go.
$69,334.
Did you just want...
$69,334.
Yep. Right there. Cash money, homie.
Did he nail it?
Elijah, I'll
Dang,
tell you.
I
I'll tell
might be
you.
way
I'll
off.
tell you.
I went 42 grand.
Okay.
42 large.
I went
Therese.
42 large just because
I went 100.
Ding, ding, ding.
You got
100K on the
Whoa.
dot.
150.
She got that much for 1
in
year?
her first year. You got to understand who Brittany
guys are
Griner was
rude.
coming out of the league, out of college.
Whoa.
I'm just going off of what Caitlin Clark
Yeah,
just
me
Right.
too.
That's why I
I'm
said
going off
she
Caitlin Clark.
set the bar high.
Dang.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
1
I'm
point
way
to
off.
Reese. 1 point to Reese.
Sorry, Brittany Griner. Wasn't familiar with your game.
Yo, your game is hot.
Damn. My bad.
Maya Moore signing with the
Ooh.
Minnesota Lynx.
UConn.
Yeah.
UConn.
They're
What year
literally-
was that?
What? Yeah, I was just about to ask. What year is this?
So let's go with a 2-year
Aw.
contract.
You want the total?
Yeah, 2-year contract.
Maya Moore.
Okay.
I love when you can totally
Okay.
judge a person if they're using landscape or portrait mode on their
Oh,
whiteboards.
you're the only one.
Yeah, freaking Jeff.
Wow, you're so specific.
He's very specific.
This guy's been training for the Price is
I'm trying,
Right.
I'm trying to hit.
All right, let's go, Elijah. Start us off.
I go 160 grand.
160 grand. Okay.
I'll show mine because I see Jeff's. I'm going to go
Therese?
175.
175. Jeff.
178,644.
What's up with you 4-4 at the end?
He just, it's going to hit eventually.
44 is your number.
That is.
That is why. Who? Elijah, you're not supposed
He
to.
had
rate-
160.
160.
I had 160.
All of you are wrong because you're all way over.
Oh, wow.
Maya Moore, 2-year contract, 117,000.
Dang, dude.
Man, I got no
It's-
grasp on this.
There
thing.
is.
got
It's
done.
is. This is
This
showing
is
you
so
how
hard.
difficult
Bro.
it is to understand
My God.
women's contracts.
Women, they
It's
deserve
is
more,
wild.
dude.
How many of these do we have? One more?
3 more.
Oh.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
All right.
This ain't good TV.
Let's go to the number 1 Caitlin Clark benchwarmer, aka the hater, Diana Taurasi.
Taurasi.
DT.
In
2
her
years.
rookie year?
2 years.
First 2 years?
Yep.
And this was a while ago, right?
Wow. Wow. With the Phoenix Mercury. I'm actually really impressed by this number.
You're impressed?
Impressed.
Well, that made me change my
that.
answer.
I'm trying to help us out.
I'm going.
Right
First
now
two,
we have
wait, 2
1
years
point.
or what? 2 years or for 1
2
year?
year.
Oh.
2 years, setting the tone.
Okay.
Remember, she was the Caitlin Clark
All right.
All right.
before
years?
everyone realized the WNBA was
All right,
losing money.
let's
Okay,
go.
let's go. JT.
187.22.
187.22. All right. Therese.
150.
150.
I said 120.
Okay. Who has the highest?
I do.
Jeff, you get a point.
Oh.
449,000.
Wow.
I have, wow.
Okay.
I am throwing
I suck,
everyone up. No one's
I
good.
am
It's
not
1
doing
point
well.
each right now. This
Yeah.
is a great
Oh.
game.
I
All right.
don't think I have a point.
No, he doesn't have
You
a
just
point.
got it. He was the closest.
No, I had 120.
Oh, yeah, you're out, bro.
I'm out.
Yeah, you're out. All right. 2 more. Sue Bird. 1 year contract.
1 year.
1 year
Bird?
to the Seattle Storm. Think about also.
Oh, that's right. She was there forever.
Sue Bird.
Aren't they together? Diana Taurasi and Sue Bird?
They do that like
Podcast.
It's not a podcast, but
Oh.
they do their own like
Like the
Manning and
Mannings.
Mannings,
Got it,
like
got it.
for the NCAA.
Got it.
I don't think that means they're together though.
Rookie, right?
Yeah.
Rookie year
Rookie.
one.
Rookie.
Year one. Rookie.
I can't wait to be fact checked and just be completely wrong. The
Where
internet
did you
does
look this up?
the internet because it never lies, and it wasn't Wikipedia.
Okay.
Right.
It was from a .org.
Wow.
It's not true.
Close.
Close.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trace,
Wow.
92,
Damn,
90, 94,
94,553.
Are we all way off?
72,000.
Oh
Dude,
man.
this is wild.
Yes, sir.
All right, last
you.
one.
Last one.
Last one.
Last one to
I'm
make
over.
us
Last
all feel like
one.
it. Okay.
Slippy, Slappy, Swanson, Samsonite.
Samsonite, you were
Lisa.
way off.
Way off.
Leslie.
Oh, the original OG.
The original first lady to dunk in a game for the LA Sparks. She signed a 4-year contract.
We're doing 4
at
years?
the league maximum of how much per season?
Oh,
So
I-
How
just
much
do-
per season?
Per season.
Per season.
It goes to show you how tough this game really is.
Wait, per season.
Per
We're guessing per season.
per
okay.
season of the 4-year contract. 75,000 trees, 200,001,
One.
140,000. She was making 85,000 a year.
Dude.
You're welcome.
That was the worst play the game
That's a
I've ever
Moana
seen part of.
reference.
Just because you're not good at it doesn't make it a terrible game.
No, I said that was the like
That
that was
was
my
tough.
worst
Oh, okay.
performance.
Yeah.
That was tough, dude.
That
Great
was
game.
It's
I wanted
hard.
that you
That was
guys
my
to
worst
understand
performance.
where they're set.
Where the
It's-
gap is.
It's
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
No,
So-
love the game.
Therese, you won our game. Congratulations. You
Whoop,
don't.
whoop.
Way to go.
You don't have
Way to go.
gassers today.
No gassers.
Great.
You don't have to run conditioning. All right. So moving on with our fun, we got to move on to our scout teams. Fun topic combo.
Love
Okay.
it.
All right.
Love scout teams.
Since we're talking about women in sports, let's continue on with sports movies featuring women.
Sweet.
Okay.
A League of Their Own.
Boom. I like it. Starting off League of Their Own.
That's
Let's
our-
name
that's
a
our-
couple.
You're looking at me like, what's that?
There's no crying in baseball. I know
Okay,
that one.
all right.
I know
Good
that
job.
one.
Good
Okay,
job.
good.
I want you guys name off where the female is the lead, the featuring. The feature for the sport
Okay.
of the movie
Yeah.
is a female lead.
Yeah.
Dang.
Name some movies. You
Name
got
some-
A League of Their Own. Great one.
Okay.
Yeah, we keep going.
Okay.
It's not done.
Where the female is the what's the one with Margot Robbie in it where she plays what's her face that broke her knee,
Oh.
the ice skating one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Didn't that one just come out or no?
I mean,
Kinda
it came in-
recently.
yeah,
Recently?
It's not on your
That's
list, is it?
Tanya.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the
Oh
girl.
yeah,
that-
Tanya
yeah,
Harding.
Tanya.
Yeah,
Tanya
Tanya.
Harding.
It's
Nice.
just called Tanya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a name.
Just ruins it for everybody.
Isn't Anne Hathaway in a skating movie? Or am I
What's the
way
football
off?
movie with Icebox?
Oh, Little Giants.
Little Giants.
That's right.
Icebox.
Would you say she's the female lead in that? Because she ain't no Coach O'Shea.
Oh, stop it. Don't
You ready for
do
this
it.
one?
Yes.
We told Elijah to watch this in episode 1, and he
Yes.
still hasn't watched the movie.
Rude.
Little
I
Giants.
haven't got around to it.
Rude.
It'll happen.
It will happen.
But
I've been very busy.
they're just getting in the huddle.
Getting in the huddle, bud.
The quarterback is at the guard. The guard is at wide receiver.
They're standing on the field. Anyways, all right, Elijah, do you have one?
I can't even think.
There's like a Disney
Love
movie.
and Basketball.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Okay.
Yeah,
Solid.
I would say they're co-stars.
That's a co, but
she kind of steals the show.
She takes over because he's on the sidelines of a WNBA Lake Sparks game.
She's the one that wins in the end. She wins in the end.
She does. She does. That is a good movie.
You could say Blindside, the main
Get out.
person is literally Sandra Bullock.
Get out.
No, I guess you could.
No,
She's
that's,
the main.
That's exactly why I hate that movie.
It's Sandra
She's
Bullock.
not that big of a. She is a huge role in his life, being the mom. But
in real life, he like went back and sued his.
Yeah,
right.
Like recently.
They made the head coach look like an idiot. He went and got a college job the next year. Tim McGraw, as the dad, was just looking like he did in Friday Night Lights, just drunk all the dang time.
Yeah,
it was all about her. You want to get in the car?
It was.
Like,
you know what? I never looked at it that way.
No. Yeah, it's wrong. Read the book. Wait, you gotta read.
That
Listen to a book.
I have to turn that on the audiobooks. Yeah.
What about the Disney movie with the two sisters?
There it is. Double Team.
Double Team.
Double Team.
That's it.
Great movie. That was the number one on my list.
Okay, did you see
that was the first one I came
can
up
we just
with.
talk about the last segment of that movie?
The Ollie Shuffle?
The shuffle. She's like pumping.
Is that not a travel?
No, and then in the movie,
got another one.
Then in the movie, she's like behind the 3-point line. Then all of a sudden they cut to it, and she's at the free throw line, and there's like 10 seconds left, and she's pumping her feet for like 9. I'm like, yo, where'd the time go? Like, can we pull that? We got to pull that up. We have to.
We have to pull that up.
Then it's like fake pass behind the back, hits the triple in the corner.
It was her version of the Ollie Shuffle.
Oh my gosh. Great movie.
Great writing.
But the script was a little off in the end.
It was phenomenal.
Like, let's marry it. Let's be like 20 seconds, and then she's pumping for 10. Behind the back at 4. Ball goes in at 0.
Wow.
I mean, the only part of that movie that really pissed me off was like they were just hating on them for being poor. They're like, oh, you live in an apartment complex? Go back to your shanties. It's like, golly. My God, I'm just trying to be better at sports. Give me a break. All right, anybody else got some new ones?
Bend it like Beckham.
There we go. Still have never seen it, but I know it.
Rude.
Yeah, I know it too. I've never seen it.
Rude.
Ted Lasso is the only soccer stuff I read.
Yeah, Ted Lasso.
Right.
I saw the...
What's the Hilary Swank movie where she's a...
Oh, the boxer.
$1 million
baby.
Yeah, $1 Million Baby.
That is a great movie.
Yeah.
Great movie.
The Serena and Venus one was good too.
But that's King Richard. That's about the dad.
But, you know, yeah,
His
it is.
name.
It is.
Yeah.
So I got 2 more on my
true.
list. And I think I actually thought you made a reference to it earlier. Not called gymnastics.
Oh, Stick It.
Stick It.
Oh, Stick It.
Female-led movie. That was
legit.
a phenomenal movie.
Bring It On.
I love
Bring it on. Bring it on.
Soundtrack.
Yes, bring it on.
Bring it on. Cheerleading.
Bring it on.
Sport.
Cheerleading is a sport. 100%.
Last one I had for you guys. Controversial. Joanna Man.
Come on.
You lost me.
Joanna
All right.
Man.
Can you move? What's the next?
Guy dressed up in
That's a whole other episode.
WNBA.
Dude, you know what else? Dance Moms.
Joanna Man.
This is where we lose all of the
No, Dance
viewers.
Moms. Great show.
Like, and we're done.
Oh my God.
Who are the top 3 female skaters on the Mighty Ducks?
Oh.
Julie the Cat Gaffney.
Julia the Cat Gaffney,
Connie.
number 1. Connie Moreau.
Yep. And then.
Can you remember the girl with her little brother Tommy that had to come onto the team and she was a figure skater?
Oh. Nope.
No.
Nope.
Tammy and Tommy.
Tammy and Tommy.
Tammy and Tommy.
Yep.
It's phenomenal times. By the way, how did Julie the Cat Gaffney not start over fat old Goldberg?
Where was she from?
Maine.
Bangor, Maine.
I'm so lost.
That's like deep cuts for knowledge, right?
I'm telling
Did you
you.
have a thing for Julie the Cat Gaffney?
I like Julie Cat Gaffney. I thought she was wonderful. She's a great
Maine
goalie.
sounds like a great place for me to visit.
I just went there last summer. It's actually really nice.
All right.
It's a really, really great place.
So
I didn't go to Bangor, Maine, though.
I didn't go to Maine. All right. So instead of gassers today, I want to make it a little bit more
Nourishing?
competitive.
Okay.
Almost.
Whoa.
Like a little bit of more team dynamic, right?
Okay.
So today, instead of gassers, we're doing competition of 4th and 1.
Dang, that's cool.
Are we going for it or are we punting?
I like it.
Where
Right.
are we on the field?
Don't worry about that right now. Okay. All right. Actually, you know what? That's a great question because if you're on the 30, you're not punting. You're kicking. But either way,
We don't really ever.
you're
play.
on the 50.
Yeah.
On the 50.
You're on the
Okay.
50. That's it's a tough location.
Okay.
You're
Some
right
might even call
midfield.
that the center of the field.
Some would.
Yes. Wow.
Some
Mathematician.
would. Mathematician.
What hash are we on?
Middle of the field.
Okay.
All right. So we're either going for it, meaning we like it, we love it,
Yeah.
or kick it. Let's get it away from me.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
I like this.
Go for it. Punt it.
Okay.
So, Therese being with the Giants, what's up with the pitch clock? Guys,
Ooh.
are you going for it? You
Going
loving
for it.
Go
Hard.
for it.
Hard.
Go for it.
Hard.
Go
Yeah.
for it.
Let's go for it.
Go for it.
Wait, as in like the
You like
the
it.
pitch clock
You
in
like
MLB.
the pitch clock.
out.
Oh.
Ooh.
Out. Punting.
Really?
Let me tell you why. We're getting more
That's
injuries.
what we're here for.
We're getting more injuries from
Oh,
pitchers
you're on that
because
boat.
the pitch clock. Yes.
Stop.
It's true. It's facts. Or at
Facts.
least
We're
get
getting
it.
injuries from pitchers throwing curveball after curveball.
You're getting injuries
No.
because pitchers are throwing 100-mile-an-hour ball after ball after ball.
In
We weren't
15
able to
seconds.
do this before.
in 15 seconds.
I was actually going
Stop.
to
No
talk
one
about
was
this
doing this in
on
the
my
80s.
episode.
Need a little more time.
There's way more knowledge on how to build
Okay.
torque in your arm and how to build strength and all this and rebuilding the elbow and the shoulder and all this stuff. So
I'll
guys
talk
are
to
able
Bob.
to like.
I'll talk
You
to
talk
Bob.
to you talk to Bob.
No, Bob Melvin.
Oh,
Bob Melvin. I'll talk to Bob Melvin, and I'll let him know.
Call
We're gonna fix this.
Dude,
everyone
no,
that
it's-
is
put it to
involved in
20.
baseball loves the pitch clock,
We
except for maybe
love
the
it.
curmudgeon pitchers that are like, I
Also,
want my time.
also,
for it.
it takes away from the experience of the baseball game.
Dude, it
I'm
speeds it
going
up.
to. That's what I'm saying. When I go to a Giants game, I enjoy that 3 hours and 45 minutes to 4 hours. Now I'm only getting 2.5 hours.
How many games are you going to a year though?
Maybe at least 6 or 7.
Okay.
Wow, that's a lot of games.
I mean, yes, that
mean,
is
it's not
out of
as many as Therese.
162 though. That's
But 81 of them are on the road.
yes.
Yeah.
So I get 6 or 7. Do that percentage for me. I'm a mathematician. But the whole ambiance of going to a game, sitting in the bleachers, sitting in the chair, getting it. You're not like on. Like,
I invite
watching
you
the
to
whole
come
time.
early.
I know we could come early, but then you
I
go to
invite
Momo's.
you to come see the pregame show at the Giants.
But you got to go to Momo's first. Like you got to go there.
That's where I met Renelle.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
We need to meet her.
Yeah, she
Number
likes
one.
her martinis. I will
that.
say this, like, yes, I get that. Even a lot of owners are like, what do we do now that we usually like cap when people buy beer? Like this
Oh,
is like
yeah.
infringing on how much money that we're making on concessions.
Yeah.
So you're in the ownership box right now, you Mr. Elitist, you. But the rest of
So
us,
elitist.
I'm so big time.
Oh my god.
the
so
rest
big
of us,
time.
the poor people that happen to work in sports for nothing, we really appreciate being home before 10
Fair.
p.m.
That is a fair
You know.
assessment.
And it's exciting sometimes to like still be awake
Yeah.
and see the 10th inning of a game.
Yeah.
You're not like it's not 11:30 and you're trying to keep it's like background noise now. It is 9:30. It's the 10th and you got a runner on second and someone just hits a home run. You're like, I am alive and I am awake for this. This is amazing.
Yeah.
But I get it. The experience of going to a ball game.
Yes.
You're missing out
Or
a
the
little
1
bit.
o'clock starts. You want to stay there till 4 or 5. I do.
You
And then
do.
I want to go back to Momo's after.
It just means more time at Momo's for
That's
you.
what I'm saying.
I don't know.
It's
I don't know what your
All
gripe
right.
is.
It's
All right,
Okay.
let's move on from pitch clock. We got a couple
Punt
more
it.
to go.
No,
You're punting. We're going for it.
Punting.
What about this? We talked about it earlier. Stadium organ. Take me out to the ball game. Do you like the organ?
Oh yeah.
The old
Yeah,
fashioned
yeah.
way to do it? Or
Yeah.
you're like,
Yeah.
nah,
Like,
go
are
for it.
you
Kick
just-
rocks.
Yeah, go for it.
Just every now and then, or like every
No.
game?
Or like 7th inning type deal.
Seventh inning. Every seventh
Go
inning.
for it.
Yeah,
Go
it's
for
part
it.
of the
Go
game.
for
You
it.
got to
Yeah,
sing
go
"Take
for
Me
it.
Out
Go
to the
for it.
ball
Yeah.
game." You
Yeah.
got to play the organ. Yeah,
Go
yeah.
for it.
Well, if
We're
we're
all
going
on
to
it.
talk about certain parts of the game,
Uh-oh.
everyone always sees a scoreboard proposal.
Sorry,
Tell me.
Like getting on
I
a
think
knee
Therese
on the
is punting.
scoreboard.
I am punting hard.
Okay, I'm
I mean,
taking
don't-
notes. Yeah.
Don't
Don't
do
do
it.
Don't do it. Yeah, I won't do it. All right, I won't do it.
I mean,
Punt
it's
it.
Punt it.
Punt it.
I don't even know what the question is.
It was
Scoreboard?
Like, are you
proposal.
for
Will you
scoreboard
marry me
proposals?
on the scoreboard?
Like, and then they cut to you.
scoreboard proposals. I see what
Yeah.
you're
Yeah,
saying.
sorry, little confused.
No, I punt that.
Punt it.
Yeah,
All right.
punt,
I
punt,
like
punt.
birthdays though.
It's
Oh,
cool.
that's
Birthdays are
Throw 'em up
different.
there.
Like,
Shout outs.
Shout
Shout out
outs.
this
You're
company.
really big
Shout
on
out
shout-outs
Sideline
these
Warning
days.
for being at our game today, sitting up in the nosebleeds. Thanks
You're
for being here.
so big on
Is
shout-outs.
JT not wearing a shirt up there? It's a 1 o'clock.
Look at them.
it's a
if he's
1
on the
o'clock pitch.
bleachers, no shirt.
No
no
shirt.
shirt.
1 o'clock game. It's now 3 o'clock, and he's ready for Momo's with no shirt.
No shirt.
But he goes to Momo, sleeves up.
Yes.
All right.
I
So,
have to. Dig
Therese
me.
is big involved in this one. Kiss cams.
Go for it.
Like, are you like in favor of watching people, or do you want to be on
Oh,
it?
Ooh. All right. Let's go with
Ooh.
watching people.
Because how many times
Watching.
have I put? Oh, what are you doing? Okay, where are you sitting? No,
If you
I'm
got-
not telling you where I'm
If
sitting.
you guys didn't know, I'm big proponent to punting this. I
Yes.
hate
Wow.
kiss
Yes.
cams now.
He never tells me where he is now.
Nothing
Smart
has
move.
been worse than
He like
telling
waits
your
until
wife-
the 8th inning when the kiss cam is over.
Dude.
I'm at the game. God.
Dude. Go on a date.
How many times have you done it?
Yeah.
Just look. Just put
It was
this
like
way.
date number 2
was
when
like
I got him.
date
one
number
time.
2. Oh my
gosh,
Yeah.
that's
She got the
Nice.
tickets.
Yeah.
We're on
Nice.
first baseline. It's like
thanks for
13
the tickets,
rows up.
and I was
I'm
like,
these are
"Wah."
dope. Like this
Big
is
sis.
sick.
Alpha move.
Wingman.
Puts me on. I'm like, oh, what is this? Oh god.
It's not Simba Cam. Dang it.
Immediately get 7 text messages that game. 5 from her homies. Dude, I see you at the game. And then 3 from girls. Whoa, I just
Whoa.
saw you on the scoreboard of the game.
Whoa.
Who are you with?
I'm
My
shocked.
cousin. I mean,
Do you remember one time when you and I were sitting at a game? This was before I was ever
Oh, that
working
was-
there, and they put us on, and I was
See?
just like, "No,
bro-
brother!" Like,
Yeah, that's awesome.
See, that is awkward.
That's a
Our-
punt
I'd
situation.
punt it.
Our other
On it.
sister, Michelle, she got put on one. And instead of giving a kiss to her,
she
was it
drank her-
fiance? She chugged her beer.
She kissed her beer.
Yeah.
That is.
Wow.
That's a Michelle
I
move.
was like,
That's
"Cool."
Michelle.
I
Yeah.
love that. That's why I
That's
love her.
cool.
She's great.
All right. So
Shout out Michelle.
Shout out
'Cause we do
Michelle.
so many shout outs.
relish on hot dogs.
That's a go.
Go.
Wait, with
Go.
other
Go for
things
it.
or just relish?
Other things.
Go
A lot
for
of
it.
people don't like relish.
Mustard, relish,
Yeah.
go.
Ketchup.
I don't like ketchup on hot dogs.
There you go.
That should have been your question. Ketchup on
know.
hot dog, punch
Go.
or pass?
Punt.
Go
Punt.
for it.
Punt.
You're a
I'm
pass.
big
See,
go.
this is more
I'm a big
controversial.
Go for it.
Go
I'm a
for
big
it.
go for it.
Relish is kind of like, no, ketchup on a hot dog is like, this divides houses.
Yes.
I know.
Yes.
I know.
Oh, you want to talk about that? I mean, what about ketchup on pasta? Have you ever heard of people doing that?
No.
Oh, yeah.
We're Italian. I've never heard
Yeah,
of
what
this.
do you-
Trust me,
What
it's
are
Who does that?
You
it's
would-
awful. What about ketchup on eggs?
Yes.
No.
I've
Go
heard
for
that.
it. Go
Yeah,
for
yeah,
it. Go for it.
yeah,
Hot
yeah,
sauce.
Kids on leashes. Jeff is on a leash
Some
himself.
moms do that.
I'm
Right?
on a pitch count.
But don't they have like a vest on them? And
Yeah.
then they put
It's
the
like
thing
a
right there?
backpack,
it
like a
looks
giraffe.
You're tricked into
Yeah.
thinking it's a backpack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yaga.
No. That's
You know,
that's
when
a
I see
punt.
moms with that, it just kind of tells me like, damn,
can't
dude,
control
you
your
can't
kids.
control your
Yeah.
kid. Like, you suck.
Hey, you don't know what's going on. Maybe she's stressed. Maybe the kid's a runner. Maybe there's like,
don't have an
maybe she
Elijah.
is just
Oh my
over her head of like,
Yeah.
I don't want to think about this. This leash is on.
It looks like
I am
walking
not for
dogs,
this.
though.
It's like you're walking
I
a
have
dog.
never leashed my children.
I've never leashed
Like,
them. It's
Oh,
like, hey, I got.
But since becoming a mother myself, don't judge, man. Don't.
But
No judgments.
you're gonna go
If
out
you
in
need a
public
leash,
with your kids on a leash?
leash.
sometimes you got a runner. And they run fast. Those
they
little
do.
Put them in the
kids.
stroller.
Yo, they
Put them. They know how to climb out.
Skate.
That's
bro.
true.
They're
buckle
escape
them.
artists.
Now,
I'd
your
buckle
job
them.
as the eldest sibling is to round up the little ones. So you were in charge of being.
That's why
the
they
leash.
didn't need a leash with you
You
guys.
I just
said
let them
you-
run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
The
the
worst.
Tongan horse.
Yeah.
Next
run.
one.
Run.
Pineapple on pizza.
100% go.
Go for it. I mean,
Go for it.
It's
it
so
is
good.
what it is.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not
Hot
against
take.
it.
Not
It's
against
Not
so
against
good.
it.
I'll eat it if it's there.
If it's
Yeah.
there, it's there. I won't
there,
order
it's
it, but
there.
if it's there, I'll eat it.
Yeah.
And
Same.
add jalapenos. Now you're a pro.
Whoa.
You are a pro.
Dude,
Whoa.
just stop, bro.
I got 2 more.
Okay.
Okay.
This one's going to hit a little close to home. Hip drop tackles. That they have now outlawed hip drop tackles in the
Okay.
NFL, where you grab
oh,
them,
yeah.
drag them down because your legs get caught up. Are you going for it? Are you agreeing with the NFL in outlawing this, or are you punting that thing away?
I agree. Go. There's way
Really?
too go forward with it, right?
Yeah.
You like
Yes.
You like it.
You like outlawing
Yeah.
this hit.
I
Dude,
do
it is
too.
it is taking
I do
people
too.
out and it's
Yeah.
taking star players
Yeah,
out.
it is.
Yeah.
Like
I-
I hate it.
There's a lot of
It's
like.
taking-
You hate
like-
that star players are getting taken out. I don't.
Yeah.
You're telling me you never hip drop somebody in a game?
No, because I just put my face on people and just tackled them, and that's how I tackle.
Good for you,
I
man.
think it's
That's
hard to
how I tackle.
regulate, but
It is hard to regulate,
it's gonna be
but
hard to
like
regulate.
Yeah.
hard
it
to-
goes with like the horse collar tackle. People got hurt doing that, and like
I still
football's
do
already
that.
violent enough, man. Football is
Yeah.
violent
Yeah,
enough.
but now it's not even going to be anyways.
But
We're-
like
that's a
you're
whole
dragging
segment.
and,
Other.
like, the kid Jordan
Yeah,
Travis.
no,
from
let's
Florida State.
let's transition into
State?
flag football in the NFL. It sounds great. Anyways,
Wow.
last one.
Wowza.
No.
Last one, since we're getting
no.
so soft on defense. Thanks,
You're
linebackers
no.
coach.
You're
Socks
such a
with
joke.
flip flops.
That's a pro go.
So-
That's a
Wait,
go.
wait. Flip flops?
Flip flops, not
Not-
slides,
not
not
slide.
open toes. I'm saying,
Go.
you're saying sock right through the middle of that thing. It's coming out there.
No.
I don't know. I don't wear those type of sandals.
Are we going for
You
this
look
move?
like Ninja Turtles. No.
Master
They're pretty
Sensei.
cool. Ninja Turtles are pretty cool.
I know, but you.
I'm gonna say punt on that one, but I don't wear those type of sandals.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah, me neither.
I don't. They're called thongs, aren't they?
All right, punt it.
Welcome
Whatever.
over.
Falafel Mui's been ridiculed for that pro.
I
joke.
have.
Socks with sandals is a pro move, by the way.
Thank
You're
you.
right.
Thank you.
Never
I've
said it
caught some
wasn't.
heat
Never
for
said
that.
it wasn't. Just with flip flops.
Yeah. Slides.
So.
Slides.
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 Well, that wraps up our episode.
Oh,
and
that
we're
was
just gonna
it.
bring
All right.
this- Yeah. Hey, time flies when you're having fun. As what did Dad always say? If you're having fun with what you're doing, you don't work a day in your life.
True.
So we just want to thank you all for being here. Thank you, Therese, for stopping by and educating us on your experience, what it took for you and your experience with the Giants, and talking about women's and sports with us. Because if we held this segment ourselves, it would not hold any traction.
I would
No one
berate
would
you
listen.
endlessly.
Yes.
So follow us on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Subscribe. Follow us on Apple Podcasts,
Send
Spotify.
them sponsorships. They need all of that
We
stuff
need
too.
all of it. If you're interested, hit us up. Follow
If you want a game show sponsored on their show, I can help with that.
Definitely can help with
And
that.
the
I
merch.
can be your Bob Barker.
Merch.
Possible investors?
Could be you.
Could be you.
So please like and follow. Please share with everybody if you think they'll enjoy our episodes and our podcast. We thank you for being here. Go team.
Hey,
Later.
high fives.
Check you
High
next
fives.
week.
High fives. Yeah.